Your calls on whether Oasis have let their fans down. 0207 862 2222. Tell us what you think. There was a mad scramble for tickets to the band's reunion tour. All 17 dates sold out the very same day they went on sale. Fans have criticised the sales process and the prices because thousands sat in online queues for the whole day, only to be kicked off the site at the last minute. And there's something called dynamic pricing on the website Ticketmaster, which is where prices rise according to how many people want the tickets. And it sets some of the remaining tickets at more than £350, up from 135 when the sale began. It's not a new thing. It is allowed. Ticketmaster says they don't set the prices themselves. The government is looking into the practice after what happened this weekend. Fans have called the whole thing a fiasco, and there'll be a lot of disappointed people out there today. Maybe you're one of them. Do give us a call if so. Have you been queuing or looking for tickets at all?
I haven't. It's more no Oasis with me rather than...
OK. Marina, would you want to go or not?
I'd be up for it, but I'm not desperate to go.
Let's talk to somebody who has been trying, a broadcaster, friend of the show, Daryl Morris, who's in Manchester. You've been trying to get tickets, Daryl?
I have, Jeremy, yes. I joined the queue with great gusto on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, like the rest of the country, it seems. And, I had a similar sort of story, I guess, which is I got in the queue. There was about 100,000 people before me. We thought, well, that's not too bad because there are enough tickets to go around. It was about 3 o'clock, a good 6 hours, 6.5 hours later, that we finally got to the front of the queue. And by the time that we got to the front of the queue, what you just described there, the dynamic pricing had kicked in. And they'd increased from what we expected to pay, which was, and what we sort of budgeted and were prepared to pay, which was 150-ish quid, 148 quid, to 350 quid. And I nearly threw up. I was disgusted by that, by A, the cost of it, and B, the absolute audacity of changing the cost of it whilst I was in the queue. I've never seen anything like it.
But hang on, at least you got to the front and you could buy the ticket or not?
No, I didn't. Absolutely no chance. No chance. We left in disgust. I closed the tab in disgust. I'm not paying 350. Well, for a few things, I'm not paying 350 quid. I mean, that between the two of us, that's £700 to go to a gig, which is just extraordinary. But also more on principle. I mean, what Oasis and those adjacent have made such a big thing over the last week or so about ticket touts, being outraged by people who buy tickets en masse, or even just a handful of tickets, and then put them on secondary selling websites. You mentioned Stan Collymore earlier. I think he may have bought some for about £6,000. What is the difference? What is the difference between a ticket tout charging a couple of £1,000 and the official website Ticketmaster deciding, whilst fans are in the queue, that they're going to put the price up to 350 quid because of demand? You knew there was going to be the demand. You knew how many tickets there were. It is absolutely outrageous.
Thank you, Daryl, much indeed. There's all kinds of stuff going around. This was a tweet from a guy at the weekend, Phantom. He said, I managed to get tickets for Wembley, Cardiff and Edinburgh. If you press Alt F4, it jumps you to the front of the queue. This guy says, just tried this. It closed the window, effing 4 hours waiting down the effing drain. So this was a joke, OK? Because Alt F4 famously closes your browser. So this guy here is swearing, effing and blinding because he actually did it.
I mean, why would you believe someone with the name Phantom? Anyway, it's just an odd...
I shouldn't laugh, but I shouldn't laugh.
Sorry to hear
there are sort of some questions around legality, because it's the whole, this general sale tickets. So you are joining a queue and you are expecting to pay a certain price, and then it is changing, the price is changing after you're spending 6 hours in a queue.
You've shut down Sotheby's, wouldn't you? I mean,
it's
it's an auction.
But also, Oasis.
It's an auction.
You know what? I appreciate there's very expensive divorces to pay for, but be upfront, right? If you need to make absolutely millions and millions and you want to be a bit greedy about it, be upfront, but don't tell your fans that you're going to charge 135, 150 quid and then do some dodgy deal with Ticketmaster, whereby Ticketmaster is saying, actually, they're not going to benefit from this. Ticketmaster is saying Oasis are going to get all the profits from...
Yeah, I don't know whether... what Oasis did, I'm trying to think of it from their point of view. The lads may not even have had this conversation. Who knows, Getting them in a room and getting them to focus on it would not be easy. But it may be someone says, look, we don't know how many we're going to sell. We're going to have millions of tickets. Let's set them at 135. Let's put it on dynamic so that if there's then the demand, the price adjusts to meet the demand. That's all it is. That's
These are fine. Okay, you can set, but again, these are supposed to be
how the house market works.
These are supposed to be a band who, like, it was a working class sort of movement, and I think that it's an insult to fans to do this when they don't have to.
So, David in Cumbria, have you been online trying to get tickets, David?
No, I manage artists, and I would never do dynamic ticket pricing ever, because all you're going to do is alienate your fans.
Well, I know, but I mean, weirdly, I think Springsteen's done it, and I'm very surprised he's done it because he's very close to his original fans. But I think it's go on.
The other thing is we don't let anyone tout our tickets because we check the ticket against the name.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a bit. So what if I was ill and I gave my tickets to my brother, you wouldn't let him in?
That's different. You can email and say, look, we can't come because is it okay to pass on? That's different from as a tout selling a £200 ticket for £1,000, which it's alien to respectable artists, really.
Thank you, David. Thank you. I had a bit of a thing. I saw McCartney was touring, and I've got to see McCartney. I've got a teenager who's obsessed with the Beatles. Right, that's a great thing. So I do what I'm supposed to do as a McCartney fan. I go on. I become a subscriber to his website, so I'm going to get advance notice, and they say, right, heads up, everyone. There's 2 million tickets going on sale tomorrow morning at 9. I was a bit indolent. I log on at 9:10. They've all gone. Within a day, they're on the secondary sites. So what that means, now I get angry, because the people who bought them originally had no intention whatsoever of going to see McCartney. And they may be using these mobile bot farms where they've got a wall with 600 phones on them that are all buying McCartney tickets. And then they sell them on at 5 times the price. Now, at that point, even I get cross about it. Bridget, even I, as an impartial presenter, get cross. Bridget in Surrey, hello.
Good morning. I was on the pre-sale on Friday, and then within half an hour, I thought I'd got myself a premium ticket, went to pay, did not accept my card, took my card details out, put it on again. By the end of 10 o'clock, I took restricted view at £168. My brother tried for 7 hours to get on the queue. After 7 hours at 200,000, they cut him off. All right, so I blame Ticketmaster. We don't know if Oasis did this dynamic pricing. I don't agree with it. They said clearly, if anything goes on the secondary site, we will cancel that ticket. So there's something needs to be done. It really is ridiculous.
I think I have heard, Bridget, like you, people being bounced out of the queue after 10 hours. Yeah. And that's terrible.
Yeah,
I was with my friend. I was with my friend who was in a queue that morning, and it actually said something like, "You've got 154,000 people, whatever, in front of you." She finally got to the front of the queue, and then it booted her out, saying that they thought she was a bot.
Oh, it happened to a friend of mine. Yeah, Ian, who boss of the show. He was on, mind you, he was on his phone trying to get a ticket all day long. He went to a football match when he was in the queue. Came out the football match, he's still in the queue. But I suppose they could have done a thing. They said every ticket's £10, but we'll let the price float. And that's dynamic pricing. Essentially, dynamic pricing sets the price according to the demand. Maybe they should have said every ticket's £1,000. They still would have sold out. It's astonishing. Thanks, Bridget. Pete, and the person who said they're going to be more popular than Taylor Swift, I think is right. I think this is bigger than Taylor Swift.
Really?
They've not got the global pull of Taylor Swift.
Well, clearly not.
And I went to see Taylor Swift, by the way.
Oh, did you? Callum Pete in Lincolnshire, hi.
Hello there, Jeremy.
Hello. Have you been in the queue for tickets?
Have I, yeah.
I didn't think you were for some. I don't know why I say that.
Think of it. If they are selling 75,000 tickets per show, they would have to do 19 weeks solid to do the 7 million people who've applied for tickets.
Yes.
Now, I'm sorry. They're saying they've only done 17 shows. Now, that's nowhere near 17, I'm on about 19
We're
weeks.
back with the maths item here, which
Good
is
maths.
like, yeah.
Well, it's simple.
I
Like
need to
your
get
person, Daryl said, there's enough tickets. How can 1.2 million tickets be enough for 7 million? He hasn't got a clue.
Yeah, but I see what you mean. But the question is this: whether, let's say there's somebody who wants a ticket and they've only got £100, Pete, and they get on at 9 o'clock and they queue for 13 hours, and then when they get to the front of the queue, they're told your ticket is now 300. That's why people are cross.
They must have realised at the beginning there's going to be more than sort of 1 million people wanting 1 million tickets.
No, it's the thing. Let's say, like yesterday,
Same applied to Taylor Swift. Her concert tickets were going for £2,000 and £3,000.
Yeah, that's
so they must know it's going to happen.
That's secondary marketing.
Somebody argues about it, tough.
Yeah, but listen, I love to hear you defend it, but when yesterday I bought a backpack, right? It was a little backpack. It was 40 quid, okay? Because I need something to go to the football with, right? Imagine if when I check out, they say, oh, somebody else wants this backpack, so we'll sell it to you for 60. And I'm thinking, wait, I'll get to pay 40. Can you imagine if we put this in? What?
Isn't that called gazumping, as it used to be called?
It is gazumping.
With a better offer, I'm going to sell my house, and I've offered it for £2 million. Oh. Somebody comes along and says, I'll give you £2.5 million, I'm going to take it.
It's hard to argue. It's the market.
It is the market. And I think what's difficult though about this is because it's happening in real time. So, of course, if you're going to, the theatre, for example, if you're going up the last day or you haven't seen a show that you want to go and see, the ticket prices go up compared to what someone might have paid, 2 or 3 weeks ago when you might have been able to get it at a discounted rate, actually. So the market will decide. But I think what is just incredibly annoying and what has let the fans down is that it just just in real time, where you are signing up on and waiting hours.
And
it's not weeks. It's
exactly.
Not,
and the price should be the price should not change after you join the queue. I think that really is important. We could probably all agree on that. Callum in Edinburgh, have you been in the queue?
Yes, I have, Jeremy. And hello to the panel. And I really enjoy your show. Yes. Now, this is a week ago when they first came out up in Edinburgh, and there was nothing. It went from £600 to £1,200, and even higher with some seats.
That's amazing. So, have you got yourself a ticket yet or not?
No, I'm not paying £1,000.
Maybe just what?
I'm not.
The last time I saw
600.
Oasis was about 15 years ago. I was at Earl's Court, and I thought I haven't got a ticket. And I thought, I'm going to try this actual thing where people tout them. I see if it works, I literally didn't have to break my stride. I got out of the tube station, walked towards Earl's Court. Someone said, you want a ticket, mate? I said, yeah. Here's 50 quid. Gave me a ticket. I went and saw Oasis. And that, there is, I know touting's illegal, but it worked for me. Thank you, Callum. Thanks for your calls. Later, it's the papers.